Hey everybody, welcome to Wednesday, April 20th, 2011. Just finished the show. It's about 8:40 in the morning. It's my early day. I was on the air 6 hours yesterday on a Tuesday. It'll be 6-7 hours tomorrow. But Wednesday I get off a little bit early, and so I decided to do this video. It's the first one on the iPad that we just purchased. And we'll see how it works out. If you have any suggestions about it, it's just a test. Just keep them to yourself till we do a few of them. How does that sound? Let's take a look at what happened on the show today. Lake County Clerk Mike Brown came in to the studio, and we talked about his one of his roles being on the County Elections Board, and his vote to basically kick George Janik, a Republican, off of the ballot in the May primary. He, of course, George Janik gave Mayor Tom McDermott all he could handle the last time around. Well, he's not going to be on there for the Republicans this time around. And Mike Brown explained his situation. He basically said that in 2010 they had booted off a Highland Democrat for similar things, for being on the school board and also trying to run for a partisan office. Mike Brown saying that, basically saying that he's sworn to be nonpartisan as part of the school board. He was just upholding that. He downplayed any role of politics playing in that. Of course, he's a Democrat, and Janik, a Republican. What else going on around the Calumet region? The wheel tax. That was defeated. If you listened to me yesterday afternoon, Hank Adams called in with that. It was a 4-3 vote. It was going to be at least $25 per vehicle for everybody in Lake County to get about $10 million to fix the roads. I think Gary would get about 1.7, Hammond over $1 million, Munster about $500,000 out of that. Everybody was kind of looking at that to fix the roads. That was defeated by the Lake County Council, so we won't see much of that right away. What else is going on? The jobless rate is projected to be in Indiana only 8.5%. That's a considerably lower number than it has been in the recent past. As of just a quarter ago, it was 9.5%. The Attorney General, Greg Zeller of the state of Indiana, he has filed suit to regain around $200,000, as far as I read it, from the East Chicago Library Board. Some are saying that statute says, you know what, if you're on a library board, you can't get paid. Well, they got benefits all the way from I think around 2000, as far as back as they're going. And some of these folks, including Cliff Johnson being sued for over $50,000, and then different amounts for everybody up and down. Greg Zeller, not too kind in his words about misuse of public funds by the East Chicago Library Board. Mark Weinberger, remember him? He was on the run for 5 years, and we found him in the Alps, in the Italian Alps, and he's the nose doc from this area in Maryville, and he finally went through all the rigmarole of the courts, and it looks like they're recommending a possible 4-year sentence for him. He had 22 counts of health care issues and so forth in federal court. Some of the victims are saying, you know what, he's getting off a little bit too light. And let's take a look at, don't forget tonight, it's Wednesday, and that means at Flat Rock Tap at 7:30, Stu will be out there for trivia. Just go on out there. You don't even have to know anybody. You can just show up. Let's take a look at sports. How about Bobby Knight? He had to apologize today to Kentucky, of all people. He's not, I think the scuttlebutt is that he's not a real big John Calipari fan, but he had to put out an apology yesterday to the Kentucky players and some of the things he had to say about them. In the end, Knight said, hey, you know what, one and dones are not good for college basketball. A lot of high school and softball rained out yesterday, so we don't have a lot of that to report on. But the Hawks had a great game last night, 7-2 over the Vancouver Canucks. They'll go out to Vancouver again on Thursday, and they're down 3-1. You never know what can happen. The Bulls are tomorrow, I believe, at Indiana. They're up 2-0 in that one. And the Cubs, they were rained out yesterday. They got to play 2 today, and that's at 1:20 against San Diego. And then the Sox are at Tampa Bay at 5:40. In terms of weather, it's still another crappy day. How does that sound? Right now, as of 8:41 in the morning, it is still it was 35 degrees as I drove home from the WJOB studios, and it's a little bit windy and kind of wet. No higher than 48 today. Tomorrow, high of 56 and warmer. I'm Jim Deedlow, AM 1230, WJOB.